In my 10 years of homeschooling, this has never happened to me before, but it's happening, and there's just, it's like a freight train. It's, here we go. I don't even have the words, you guys. Okay, so here's the situation. I'm testing just how open and go this curriculum is, and not by choice, because everything in my house has gone completely haywire. Haywire, okay? I have a broken AC. I have had crews here working. My house is a mess. We have a brand new puppy that we're trying to house train. It's just, you guys, it is bananas. So I really didn't have time to prep this curriculum or to see how it works or anything like that. I basically just got the books and off we went. And this is how it went. So today is Wednesday. I started school day before yesterday on Monday. This is how it went. I did kind of hit a little bit of a snafu, and I will go over that. But I got it worked out thanks to my oldest child who graduated a while ago because he took the same course. Thank goodness. So let's just go over all the curriculum, and I will tell you how easy it was to literally open and go without knowing very much about it. Okay, here we go. Teaching textbooks, first up. I don't want to forget them because I don't have a book over here to show you. Teaching textbooks is what we're doing for math. We are doing Algebra 2, and super easy because they just sent me the email at 5 o'clock in the morning for him to download the software on his computer. He has his own computer, and bada bing, bada boom, done. Within 5 minutes, we had it loaded onto his computer, and he was off to the races with math. Perfect. That was easy. I'm not doing these in any particular order. It's just what I have in my stack. So history. If you've been following along with me, you know I have been doing like my own 4-year history cycle. We are just continuing into this book, so I knew what to do. This is really the only thing that I prepped because I did that weeks ago for one of you guys' videos. So thankfully, we're done. I didn't have to do anything with this. We were good to go because I knew what we were reading. We were just going to do the introduction in the worksheets this week. So just as an example, I would have typically read, like these are the 2 first books we're going to be reading in the Charlotte Mason history when we flip over to the Middle Ages. I normally would have read a ton of this and took notes and all of that. I didn't have time to do that because of everything going on. I flipped through chapter 1 in here. I tried to read a few pages in here. There was just way too much going on. So again, I'm going into it blind. I hope that things in the next couple weeks kind of settle down and I'm able to read ahead and maybe take some notes, but honestly, I'm not counting on that. Language arts. We decided to start this because we are pretty much done with all of the structure and style and fix-it grammar in IEW, and we still need some language arts credits. So we are doing language lessons for a living education with master books. This is one of the ones that they sent me. I knew nothing about language lessons, y'all. I think the last time we used this, he was in like 3rd grade, 4th grade. It's been a minute, okay? This is the required reading that comes with it. It is The Life of Washington. Knew nothing about this book. We just jumped on in the deep end. It was so easy because everything is all in one. Thank you, Masterbooks. So they make this super easy to follow along. Everything's in this one book, and the only reading that they're going to do is in this book. Super easy to do, and I had all the supplies on hand. All he needed, other than a pencil in this book and his reader, was index cards. Spanish. Thankfully, this is Spanish 2, not Spanish 1, because if it was Spanish 1, I would have been in a world of trouble, y'all. Because that homeschool hub and me, we don't get along, okay? We do not get along. Thankfully, this is Spanish 2, so we knew what to expect. So he knew his login and everything, and it was a smooth transition into Spanish 2. Again, if this had been Spanish 1, I would have been up a creek. But this is Spanish 2. Hallelujah. Okay, the snafu. This is the snafu right here. So my oldest child took this because for our cover school, we need a half a credit of health for graduation. So he decided to go ahead and do his health credit this semester. And we ran into a snafu because he did his, this is the workbook, so this is the textbook. So he did his work in his workbook after he did his reading, but I couldn't find the answers. I sat there for 15 minutes trying to find the child's answers to the question. Could not find it. And I called my older child and I was like, do you remember where the answers are? And he was like, yeah, Mom, don't you remember? No, son, I don't remember. Like, do you know how many courses I've gone through? How many curriculum books we've used? And he's reminded me they're at the back of the modules. So after each module that you read, all of the answers to the questions are there. So if you were like me and you're like, where is this stuff? It's after your child reads the module, like at the end of the module, all the answers are there to the on your own questions. Just an FYI, so you know, you don't hit a snafu like I did. That was my biggest issue, honestly. Okay, chemistry. This is such a heavy book. I don't like chemistry. My son, my oldest child, he's not a chemistry kid. He takes after me. My youngest child, he has worked a lot with Apologia with their online stuff, but because funds, with all of the things happening with our AC breaking and the house, our AC broke in the car, we just got a brand new puppy. Funds are a little tight right now, okay? I'm just gonna be real. Funds are just a little tight. I could not afford the big streaming course for Apologia this year. However, okay, here's my but. I have the little USB drive. I don't know if you remember me from other videos. I don't see it on his desk right now or I would show it to you. But before they had the streaming option, Apologia had little thumb drives that had the lessons and the, what do you call it? The labs, sorry, perimenopause, please forgive me. The labs are on those thumb drives and it's the actual instructor. I believe she is probably the writer of this book. Maybe, maybe not. Apologia, I apologize if I'm incorrect there. She does all of the labs and the lessons for the course. She's wonderful, wonderful teacher. And all of that is on that thumb drive. And instead of the thumb drives now, they do the streaming option so you don't have to worry about losing that thumb drive. That was always my fear, was I was gonna lose the thumb drive. But they actually have the streaming option now instead of the thumb drive. I kept the thumb drives for all the courses that my oldest child took, so I still had it. And it was one of those things that like the Lord just smiled down on me and was like, remember this? So I had that. So the only feature that I really didn't have with that thumb drive that I really wanted was the auto grading for the tests. So Apologia has a cool feature on their website that I just learned when I was going through purchasing everything. You can purchase just the auto grading for the tests. So my son, because he did their biology course on the streaming last year, he already had everything set up for his Apologia account. So all he had to do was log in and the test, the auto grade test was there for him. And I gave him the thumb drive so he was able to just put in the thumb drive in his computer and he was good to go. So that was really a smooth transition and we don't need the test during week 1 anyway, so I wasn't really worried about that. But the thumb drive, everything worked really well and he was able to do his labs and his assignments and things like that and watch the lessons without pretty much me doing anything, which is good because I need to be hands-off when it comes to chemistry. Everybody needs that for peace and harmony in my home. So that was day 1. We are still in week 1. And day 2 went pretty smooth. So everything's good to go. And the only difference between day 1 and day 2 was in day 2, he does not do the health course because that is a 3-day-a-week course. So Tuesdays and Thursdays he's off. And on Tuesdays, he has his live class with Redefining School with Mrs. Mindy. And that's his favorite course. So he was super excited to see all of his friends again because they have been in the same course since like 6th grade. And now they're all big teenagers and they all decided to take the same course this year with her. So the whole lot of them is in this class with her, and he was just so excited because him and all of his friends are in this class together. So he loves her courses. So that's what he's doing as his main literature unit. Even though we do have language lessons, he really just loves that course from Redefining School. So I'm keeping him in it as long as I possibly can until he graduates. He just absolutely loves it. I hope that you guys do not have as hectic of a week as I am having right now. I am trying not to be stressed out because autoimmune and stress does not go well together. They do not play nice. So I'm trying not to stress. One day at a time. We got this. The Lord has it. That's all. I just keep reminding myself over and over again. We got this. We got this. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for hanging out with me today, guys.